Good morning. I think it's part 9 of our essential sports supplementation, and we've been handling Fatburners for quite a while this week. I think it's our 4th day on Fatburners. We've talked about the 4 principles that is important when you consider taking Fatburners, and I'm just going to go briefly through the first 2 that we handled yesterday and the previous day. The first one is obviously your diet needs to be 80 to 90% correct before you opt for Fatburners or any supplementation. Then the second one that we handled was yesterday, that you need to set yourself realistic goals to achieve your fitness goals, and don't be unrealistic about your weight loss goals. We've talked about that. We can refer back to yesterday's talk about that. And then today I'm going to somehow handle 2 of the last principles, and the first one is that more is not really better. So there's a saying that if you take more Fatburners, then you will get more results. It's not like that. The ingredients in a Fatburner is so designed that your body can only assimilate that amount, and excess of that amount can actually be harmful to you, or you can just actually waste your money. So you're not going to use, if it's not to say that if you're going to use more Fatburners or you double up the dose, that it's going to be contributing to your weight loss. It's not true. It's actually not good. It's not healthy for you. And remember, this whole talks about that. What I'm talking to you about is first priority is always your health. So yes, more is not better, and that is in all sense of all supplements. If we don't have the other factors in place, then definitely more will help you anyways. Okay. Then the 4th one, the last one we're going to handle, is overdosing or overdoing caffeine. Now, as we know, most of the Fatburners have stimulants in, and one of the biggest stimulants in Fatburners is caffeine. Now, if you're going to have 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day, or espressos, or whatever the case may be, and you add Fatburners to that, you're obviously going to overdose, or you're going to have too much caffeine in. Now, some people are more, how can I say, susceptible to the side effects of caffeine than other people. Sleeplessness, all those kind of things that goes with caffeine. But the biggest problem that we're sitting with overdosing or using too much caffeine is that we're going to have adrenal burnout. So the adrenal response gets lower and lower, and that also causes you to become stagnant, and you will not burn fat. And then also you will fatigue more quickly if you overdose on caffeine, and then you will also getting a harder time to recover. So remember, fat is not burned, it is oxidized. That is the last thing that I want to talk about, is that you must remember you need oxygen to burn fat. That is what I mean by fat is not burned, it's oxidized. So then you need to have a lot of oxygen while you're training and while you're doing cardio, and that will also help contributing to your fat burn. So that our last 2 factors that need to be taken into consideration. I'm just going to recap quickly. The first one was the most important one, is that your diet need to be 80 to 90%. The second one that we had was that we need to set ourselves realistic goals. The third one is that more is not necessarily better. And then the last one is be careful to overdoing on caffeine. Next week, I'm just going to go briefly touch on some of the ingredients and what it does in Fatburners. And then I'm going to cover up on the Fatburners, and then we're going to move on to something else to discuss with regards to health and training. And that's it for today. I hope you have a nice day, and speak to you next week again.